Hello everyone, thanks for clicking and welcome back to the channel. So, how to price the property in 2024? In fact, how to price a listing in any market. So, obviously, market analysis is very important, and it's also very important to know what you're going against, right? Because as you know, other people are also selling their property in the neighborhood. Could be similar. You could have a better product. You could have a product that it's more, I would say, aggressive or unique. And there's definitely premium for that, right? Like corner lot, ravine lots, bigger home, more bedroom counts, and all of that stuff. But in these times today, what we're seeing, it is extremely important for you to price the property properly, okay? Because buyers are not out there to just throw you an offer. Like I'm sure if you have a house for sale or a condo or anything like that, and it's on the market, and if you're overpriced, but even a little bit, right, you will find that you have 0 to none showings, no clickbait, nothing is helping you. Why? Because of the price. So some of the mentality that the sellers are having is very simple. They say, okay, look, we will set a price, which is the market value, and then we will top it up by, 15%, 20%, 30%, depending on the seller. And they will say, this is what I want. And if someone likes my particular property, they can give me an offer and then we can negotiate. Okay, so the problem number one is that, in any town or city today, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 months of inventory as we speak. If we're talking condos, like there's nearly 9 months or nearly a year of inventory in some scenarios, right? So how do you think that particular strategy will work in your case? Just because you overpriced, and then if they like it, then they'll come to you, give you an offer that they think it's right, and then from that point you will start negotiating. So I don't think it's a good strategy, and in 9 out of 10 times it doesn't work, right? So forget these few years that we had in the past where it doesn't matter what price you were putting or claiming at that particular time, you were getting it plus above, right? So is also tricky to analyze those years, because as you know, like a lot of properties were holding offers at that time. So what would happen, they would just set a price, and then they would like sit back, wait for the offers to arrive, decide who is giving them the most amount of money, with no conditions, obviously, and then accept it. So it was a fair, straight deal, but you're forgetting that those were different times, and those times demanded that. So I had a lot of buyers come to me and say, hey, I don't like that, it's not fair. We can debate and we can agree, but we can also say if more than one buyer wants a product, so why would we go against our sellers and just sell it to the first person if we know that the market demands more buyers per property? Listings were low, prices were through the roof, why not, right? So we were still representing sellers at that particular time, and then if we were representing buyers, we had to fight. We had to make sure that we pay the price that the bank will accept, right? Because that was the tricky part, right? Like, how much are you going to pay in order for the banks to say, fine, we're gonna give enough money to cover that, right? Because, or at that time, some people were like blowing it out of proportion, right? And then the bank would not appraise on it. And then that's a different issue altogether. like right now, like, you know, like some buyers that got stuck in between, you know, sales when the market started to slowly tank in 2024. We saw that some buyers that purchased some of these properties, you know, like they could not appraise for the value. So that's a different issue, and like different problems, but usually the problem is obviously money all the time. So, but getting back to the listing price, it is very important, and please have enough conscious to realize this, because I'm sure even your realtor wants the best for you, and the realtors want to make sure that they sell and push that product. But if that product is way overpriced, and you're pointing the finger by saying, hey, look, like, why am I not getting any showings? Why is this going? Like, what's going on? The marketing is not good, or wherever. So I'm sure, you know, it could be a realtor. I'm not saying it's not, but most of the cases, it's obviously the price. The price dictates a lot of things. So how are you going to make sure you have an aggressive price, you're very competitive in your neighborhood, product makes sense, and you can lure these buyers into at least looking at your property and submitting an offer and then dealing with the offer and whatnot, right? So just keep that in mind. I mean, obviously it's your property. You can do whatever you want to do. I mean, like it is yours, but like a little advice that pricing your property well goes a long way. So I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you all next time.